Welcome to another virtual tutorial class meant for the first semester English course students. Now, this is a lecture class, unlike the previous classes, which are PowerPoint supported classes. Now, you can take this class as a standalone one, or you can take it as a supplement for the materials which I have already provided through the Google Classroom. The topic of this lecture is medieval theatre in England. So we are discussing the origins of English drama, which takes us back to the medieval period, which takes us back to the century just after the Norman conquest. That is, medieval drama or English drama actually originated in the 12th century. Now this drama, the initial theatrical performances were religious. They were called liturgical drama. They were didactic and instructive. The ecclesiastical people were responsible for starting these theatrical performances. Their purpose, their intent behind this endeavor was to teach the unlettered masses the religious stories, the religious wisdom. So the language in which these plays were staged was Latin, for we know in the medieval period, the language of religion or the church was Latin. And the actors were the priests. These plays were staged inside the church buildings. But as the popularity of the plays grew, as audiences thronged towards the plays had to be brought out of the church buildings because of space constraints. Out of the buildings, they went to the ports. From the ports, they went to the church yard. And finally, the plays were taken out of the church premises altogether to the village green or the towns. And with time, the trading guilds took control of the plays. And these trading guilds actually performed cycles of these plays, especially on Corpus Christi festival. These cycle of plays dealt with the entire story of human beings from their fall to the redemption. Famous cycles were there of these plays. Now, these plays were sometimes divided into two groups actually. Over the continent, these religious plays were distinguished on two criteria. Some of these plays were called mystery plays. They dealt with biblical stories and the life of Christ. Others were called miracle plays, which dealt with the lives of saints. So, but this distinction, according to scholars like Hudson, this distinction was not that strict in England itself. In the continent, that distinction was there between mystery plays dealing with biblical stories or life of Christ and miracle plays dealing with lives of saints. Now, as the plays went out of the church, the actors also now became laymen. And with time, they totally substituted the priest. And now drama was totally under the control of the laymen and the town or trading guilds. This was the first phase of the development of theatre in England. Now, as the theatre went in the hands of the laymen, not only the actors changed, the language also changed. The initial plays were in Latin, as the religion or the church had Latin as their language. But after the plays went in the hands of the common people, Latin changed to French and then English. So with time, English became the language of the theatre. Now, after these mysteries or miracles, the next step in the development of the drama is the development of what is called morality plays. Now, these morality plays were also religious plays. So their intent was serious, their intent was didactic. But what was different was that now in the morality plays, the subject matters and the characters, especially the characters were not from the Bible. These characters were personified abstractions. Now, at a time where you saw the popularity of allegory, this was actually a given that people were interested in these kind of plays dealing with personified abstractions like perseverance, science, nowadays, everyman, etc. These kind of plays were called morality plays. And in the morality plays, a stock character was the devil. And a later inclusion was the vice, which was a humorous representation of evil. And this vice was the forerunner of the Elizabethan clown. Now, from these personified abstractions, when we have real individual people as characters in the drama, we are very close to the first English comedies, real comedies and real tragedies. From these morality plays, there was a further development called interludes. These interludes were short satirical plays, not with the serious intent of the mysteries, miracles, or moralities. Now, from these interludes, it's a short way to the first English regular comedies and tragedies. Now, the first English regular comedies and tragedies, of course, developed in the 16th century. Now, this development of the first regular comedies and tragedies owes much to two traditions. One tradition is this tradition, the development from the mysteries to the interludes. The other very important influence is the influence of the Renaissance, that is, the revival of interest in the ancient Greek and Latin classics. Now, as far as drama is concerned, of course, the influence is mostly of the Latin dramatists. The regular English comedy owes much to Plautus and Terence, and English tragedy owes to Seneca. And the first regular English comedy is Ralph Roister Doister, and the first regular English tragedy is Gorboduc. So we are at the beginning of the Elizabethan drama actually now. So in this presentation, we have traced the development of English drama from the very beginning with the mysteries or miracles to the Elizabethan drama. From these first regular comedies and tragedies, it's not a great distance to the university wits, and these university wits will pave the way for the rise of Shakespeare and Ben Jonson and others. So this is what the origin of the English theatre is. In this brief presentation, I have tried to give you a gist of the origin and development of English drama, which will be very important for you in understanding English drama in the Elizabethan age. So in your unit 1 of your paper, which will deal with medieval and Elizabethan drama. So I hope this will help you, and we'll meet again in such virtual classes. Thank you.